Hey folks! So it's been a while that I recorded a video. I'm really sorry for that, but I just wanted to collect some topics. As I told you in one of my last vids that I had some struggle with therapists, like new one, old one. And I had an appointment in January with my first therapist, like the trans woman I talked about. And she said to me that she can take me back into therapy by the end of March if I want to, but she stated it really clear that her therapy won't be something like life including, but instead more a trans-related therapy. And she wanted me to think about if I want this or if I need other things right now. And I did. I talked a lot with her about the differences and what might be best for me, and I decided that I stay with her because right now I need someone to talk about the trans thing, because this is now the most important topic in my life. I want to take the next steps, and this is my way, this is the right way for me, and the days of doubt are getting less and less. I'm right on my way to prepare everything I need to get on hormones. Maybe summer, maybe autumn, I don't know. I still hope it can be in summer. I made some other appointments so far with my gynecologist somewhere in April, and to see that I'm healthy and that my organs are alright, and yeah. And then I made another appointment with an endocrinologist. It's more like the first talk and meeting and how are you today and what do you want? And after that I have to make a second one for the risk screening. This is the name in Germany, like the risk screening from head to toe, see if everything is fine and if I'm ready to get on hormones. And he also has to fill out some paperwork for the health insurance, that everything will be alright then. And they gave me an appointment at the end of April, and I know that I have to wait for months to get there. And then they called me a few days ago to cancel it because something happened and the doctor won't be there. And I was like, oh no, please not. And in my mind it was like, okay, it will be June or July or even later. And I was so fucked up in that moment, but the lady on the telephone was so nice, and she was like, okay, I see what I can work out for you. And then she said like, okay, maybe in 14 days. And I think my heart just stopped beating in that moment. I mean, it's like at the end of February, the 28th. Yeah, so now in few days I have my first appointment there, and I'm quite excited about it, and I'm totally happy because this is now all going really fast, and I hope this will help me to get on hormones earlier than I expected to. Yeah, that's really fucking awesome. Now some social media stuff. First, in December, I wrote an article for the FTM trans magazine from the USA because they have a wonderful category called an open letter, and almost everyone can write article about every trans-related thing they want to. And some of these letters just touched my heart, and I thought about, well, maybe I could write an article too, an open letter, and I did. And in January, one of the editors mailed me back and congratulated me that they want to publish my article, and now I'm just waiting for further instructions and the link when it will be published and where and everything. Yeah, this is also really, really, really exciting. I mean, like, a trans magazine wants to publish my letter, and I'm from Germany, and I don't know. This is just awesome. I'm so happy. Also with the podcast, just a few days ago, me and my podcast partner Jörn, we recorded the 6th episode. I think the first half of it was more like the usual peen jokes and all about Down Under and really funny and really educating. In the end, we got to a very serious topic, transitioning for society. This was, I think, the most hardest thing I have talked about since my first coming out in June last year. And it was so hard doing this podcast. There were so many times I couldn't breathe properly or speak clearly, and it was so hard not to cry. And not to break it all up and say, okay, I'm done right here. I can't handle this anymore. To all of you out there, I'm just a human being with a really, really healthy body, and I don't want to damage or hurt myself. But it seems like I have to, so that all of you out there can cope much better with persons like me. And this really hurts. But on the other hand, this podcast is a really amazing thing, and it helps me a lot talk about my way, and it also helps a lot of people out there listening to it, all the cis guys, and I really appreciate all of you, and also my Patreons who financially support me. Thank you so much, and I feel kind of honored every time you comment on something or make such nice compliments. It's like the best thing that can happen to me, to see that this is really the right way for me. So thank all of you for listening, for commenting and supporting me. I really, really, really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Another social thing, in January I started the dating app experiment. I mean, it was more for fun because as I heard from other trans guys, especially from the USA or Canada, that there's a lot of hatred and intolerance out there on dating apps, and I just wanted to see it for myself, and maybe I could upload some funny screenshots about uneducated people and how they react to me as a person, as being trans. And I downloaded some of them, like Tinder and Grindr and Planet Romeo and Scruff. I use all of them almost daily, but in the first weeks I got a lot of messages and short contacts. But this changed when I really wrote into my profile that I'm trans, that I was born this way, and how I cope with it, and how I don't want to be treated by other people, and how I do want to be treated. And since then, nobody is messaging me again. So only sometimes you have like these really short things like, okay, you want to have sex right now, and I don't answer on things like that. So maybe I should, if I want this experiment to get any further. I don't know. Maybe this is a good sign for Germany, because we don't have so many intolerant people out there. Maybe they don't understand what I'm saying. Really, I don't know. But this is what I wanted to tell you. Yeah, this was my life update so far, and I hope you all have a great Sunday. Enjoy it until a new week full of work starts, and see ya really soon. Bye.